Yes, yes, yes. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Distro Chat. This is my IG series. Since we're in this whole pandemic quarantine thing, I think it was cool to reach out to people who I work with, fellow associates, and just real good friends of mine. So I'm gonna wait for Marty to hip hop junkie to pull up. Amazing person, real cool, and like I said, man, we got a lot to talk about. You know, coming from different perspectives of hip hop, it's always good to have these types of conversations. So, I'm gonna wait for her to pull up. You know what I'm saying? What's up, everybody? You know what I mean? We're loading you up. Marty about to come through. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What's up? She about to come through, and then what I end up doing, I'm gonna request her in, and then we're gonna start this distro chat. What's good? What's poppin', man? What's going on with everything? Just we're just gonna wait for Hip Hop Junkie to pull through. I'm gonna get her in the live. This is my first official IG live series. It's called Distro Chat. Just to basically bring everyone together. Marty, what up? Hit the request joint so we can get it going. We got Marty. We got Hip Hop Junkie in the building. What up, Hip Hop Junkie? There we go.
You see me? You see me? You see me?
I see you.
What's good?
The legend, the only one, hip hop legend, Hip Hop Junkie. What's up, man? What's up? How you doing?
I'm good. Good. You hear me? You hear me? You hear me?
Yeah, you sound perfect. You guys see her well?
Live?
Yeah, we're live.
Mhm.
We're live.
What's going down?
Man, everything's gracious, man. I'm out here in New York. I'm doing the whole Ramadan right now, but aside from doing Ramadan, we're giving back for those T-shirts that we're doing with Mike Dean, the Day One T-shirts, giving out to various charities in different states: New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, New York. So it's doing really good. So I just really wanted to get you on the first Distro Chat because I feel like you're one of the you're like one of the few people that are really true to the hip hop culture. There's a lot of people that always make the say like, oh, I'm hip hop head and this, that, and the third. But and how we found each other was you posted one of my tracks that I did, and I didn't even know that you even knew about this artist. And that's when I knew that you was a real head because only real heads knew about Killer Shah.
Which
You know
one?
what I'm
Killer
saying?
Shot? I'm gonna tell you what's funny. It's before the Killer Shot, I believe. I posted something of yours.
For real.
I think it was the Large Professor and Nitty.
Oh, the Nitty Scott.
Yes.
We Are One. That's a great record right there, man.
I think it was that one, and I think that's how you follow me. But I think what stood in your head was the Killer Shah joint.
Yeah, because that went crazy. I didn't even know it was even going wild like that, like wildfire. You know what I mean? Like you posted it, and then everyone, like like at that time was the blogs. It was the blogs that was really feeding everything. So it was like the blogs were like feeding all this stuff, and I was like, wow, she has a crazy reach. And then I'm like, I'm following you, and then when I'm following you, I'm just saying like, wow, you dropping all the great records, the beat cuts, the cutting room floor stuff. And for me, that's what counts right now. You know what I mean? Like that you knew all this stuff. And then I started to learn from you and all that. So since today is Wu Wednesday, right? I wanted to ask you, who are your top 3 Wu-Tang members?
Well, I could say I love them all, like my babies.
Okay.
But I would say if I choose favorites, my number one has to be ODB.
Okay.
Because he's just off-kiltered and just unpredictable.
Okay.
I love that. And then Method Man,
Okay.
and Ghost.
And then Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
peace. So there. You just go in the back. I'm doing this interview right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you're studio, we cooking up here. You know how it goes.
I know
Okay.
how it is. It's
You
always
know
like
how
that.
it goes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So ODB, Meth, and Starks. Top three.
Yeah, it's like Ray's right there along with Ghost, but
So Ray is like Ray and Ghost. You're basically
yeah, it's like
together.
I can't.
Okay.
I wish I could choose all the children.
Oh man, that's wow. So why ODB? Like what was it that really attracted you to ODB? Like what was it? You know?
Just its wildness, unpredictable. There was nothing like that, and I gravitated towards it. It was just like the wildest shit. It to me, I just fell in love with him. It was just like, yo, I love this shit because it's just like, hey, because I'm a wild person myself. I'm a big goofball.
Okay.
So it was just like, oh man, I love this motherfucker. This fucking tape was like, I played the tape so much. It was ridiculous.
What was the video? What was like your one video that you loved from him? Like the ODB video that you was like, oh shoot, this guy is like
Brooklyn Zoo.
Brooklyn Zoo?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna front. When I seen him do Hey Dirty,
Really?
and he had the fro, and
yeah, that one was funny.
Cause it was like that was ODB. Like he had that character, he had that charismatic, like, so for him to become that character, man, it was just like, wow, like this guy is he's great, man. Like,
my bad. I haven't even greet people. Hey Ty, hey Hannah on the pump. Hey all of y'all. Thank you for checking us out. Go ahead.
So yeah, that's my like favorite all right, so how about Meth? What's your favorite Meth song and Meth video?
I used to love All I Need.
Ooh.
Love that video.
That's an ill video. Can I tell you something?
Mm-hmm.
My sister gave me that in the hallways of school. She gave it to me on a CD. Mm-hmm. She was like, you're gonna like this. You know, back in the days, you had the CD players, and then you had like my dad had a Fisher stereo system, like big subwoofers and all that. And I listened to that record, man. Like, I fell in love, because it was like, first and foremost, you know, my dad, all he listened to was soul music. So I already knew where that came from. That's, you know what I mean? That's Marvin Gaye and Tammy Wynette. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, so I'm listening to it like, yo, this is an amazing song. It's about love, you know, talked about like unity, men and women, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of showed to my parents, because my parents, they always loved each other. So it was a beautiful thing to see that, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, like that was, for me, that's the first, that's not my first hip hop song ever. My first hip hop song ever was The Message, Melly Mel. You know what I'm saying? Ever. Okay. But what
that's
really
your
got
first one?
Ever.
Okay.
I went to.
I remember mine was Planet Rock.
And how did you hear it?
Because we used to live in Brooklyn. My mom, like my family, we used to live in Brooklyn. So my mom was like deep into like that whole music scene, like just into like disco and all that type of stuff. But she used to bring the records. She used to play that. So she used to say that I used to try to break dance to that song.
Oh shoot! So you already had it in you.
Yeah.
You already had it in you. That's crazy. So
yeah, that and the Mexican that
okay.
Was it Babe Ruth?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, my father's friend, his daughter had like a birthday party at Whitestone Lanes in Queens, right? And it's a bowling alley, and that's when the first time I ever heard The Message. And I kind of the same thing you did. I just started dancing. I started doing. Then I didn't know what hip hop was. I didn't know. I was really young. It was the '80s. You know what I'm saying? I was just being a kid, just like you saying, just loving the music. But that was one of the first times I ever heard that song. So that was like my first ever hip hop song. Then, like I said, then it's Meth. You know what I'm saying? That's my first single. Every time I see Meth, I tell him that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's the first song I ever listened to my first as a hip hop head, right? He's like, word. So, all right. And third, you have Starks. So, favorite, you know, favorite from him in the video.
I like Daytona 500. I thought that was pretty dope. The video was crazy.
Bob James and shit. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Damn, that's great. And Ray, because you know you have them three together as a tie. You know what I'm saying?
Glacier of Ice.
Ooh.
That was always my favorite from him.
She said Glaciers of Ice. That's a real. All right. How did you feel about the Primo RZA battle?
I thought it was a friendly thing. I think Primo could have went harder, but I think it wasn't in his heart to go that way. But okay. I loved it. I loved it.
It brought everyone together. You know what I mean? Like all the hip hop heads, and it is so funny because you see every major head is leaving a comment.
And people fanning out like mad celebrities.
Like I seen Ghost inside the comment. He says, "Everyone, no talking." I was just dying. Like that's something what Ghost would say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no talking, no this, no that. You know what I mean? Like it's just mad funny. All right, top 3 Wu-Tang albums.
Okay. I'm just gonna do the whole thing with the 3 guys. So mine favorite is just favorite, not top, but favorite.
Okay.
Return to 36 Chamber.
Okay.
First Wu album.
Okay.
And Iron Man.
No. Top 3 Wu-Tang albums.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang, not Wu-Tang members, but their albums.
Oh, Wu-Tang albums.
Wu-Tang.
All the albums?
Yeah.
Out of individual members or just?
No, just Wu-Tang together as a collective. You know what I'm saying? 36 Chambers, Iron Flag. Oh, the top. Oh, okay. So those 3. For real. So you're saying 36 Chambers, Wu-Tang Forever, and Iron Flag. Those are
not Iron Flag.
The W. The W. Those are your top 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so 36 Chambers, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang Forever, right? And the album I did, The Saga Continues. Those are my top 3.
Okay.
And I'm not being biased.
You can say that.
I'm not being biased because
I
worked on the album. The only reason why I say it is because it was really good, and this is the first time ever like Wu had like Sean Price. You know what I'm saying? Someone kind of like outside, and Redman. Obviously, Redman was on the W album.
That, the one that he did, the one that was in his. Yeah,
the Saga Continues.
Oh yeah. Now I remember because it was 2.
Yeah, the Saga Continues.
The one that Knox produced. That was in his album.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. What is it? Who had the best performances out of your 3 guys that you seen perform in your time? Meth, right?
I think Meth and honorary Wu-Tang member Redman are the 2 best performers, like hip hop performers.
The energy, right?
And
they talk shit. You know that, right? They talk so much shit. It's crazy.
Talk shit.
You know
they mad humble too. Like they come off the stage, they speak to you like it's like real humble.
For real, right?
Yeah. Every time they come down to Miami, they always show love. They talk to people. They take their time. It's pretty dope.
Okay. Okay. We hear that after the W, everything is questionable.
Yeah, it kind of was a little funny.
It was a little funny? It was a little funny, right? Okay. So after the W, it was What was Better Tomorrow was very.
I didn't like that album.
It was Better Tomorrow. Hold on a second. You guys are bugging. 8 Diagram was fire.
I
A
don't remember
Diagram
A
was
Diagram.
fire. Wolves. See, all right, we got to go back. Wolves was crazy with George Clinton. That was crazy on Eight
I don't
Diagrams.
remember that one.
You don't remember Eight
I don't
Diagrams?
remember that album because I remember listening to it, and I think at that time I think I just kind of like chucked it. I don't remember that album.
The only reason why I remember Eight Diagrams is Street Life called me one day to come to Right Track. That's an old studio in the West Side Highway in New York. And when I went over there, I see Power, and Power saying, "Yo, what's up? What's good with you?" I said, "Yo, where the guys at?" So when I go upstairs, I see George Clinton. So I'm like, and the crazy part about all this is I'm listening to only George Clinton for that whole entire month. I was listening to nothing but George Clinton. So to see George Clinton, so I'm going upstairs the elevator with Power. I have my headphones on. George Clinton is playing, and then George Clinton is right there. And I'm like, oh shit, George Clinton. So me and George Clinton are shooting the shit for like 20, 30 minutes, right? And then he asks me, so where's the weed at? And I'm like, what you mean, where's the weed at? He says, I thought you was the weed man. I'm like, I'm not the weed man, George. I have weed on me, so I gave George like an ounce. Like, you George Clinton, here's an ounce. You know what I'm saying? And then I went back and seen RZA and all them in Street and Meth and all that. You know what I'm saying? But
remember, greet the room, man. Peace, y'all.
Yeah, go right ahead. Greet the room. Greet the room up.
Peace, man. Peace, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, man.
All right. So so how did you start Hip Hop Junkies?
Not Hip Hop Junkies. It's Hip Hop Junkies.
Hip Hop Junkie.
I'm
sorry. Yes.
me.
Yes. Hip Hop Junkie. Yes. Sorry.
Well, then you're talking about the name was given to me.
Okay.
The name was given to me. It was when I was in high school. I was in this crazy ass high school, and there was this classmate, and he's a little schizophrenic, and he just does this crazy shit. And we was in the middle of the classroom, and his name is Spark D. And he used to stand up on the chalkboard, write people's names on the board. He just gives people names. So he was like pointed at me like, you're gonna be hip hop short D, the hip hop junkie, because you walk around with a whole bunch of fucking tapes and Walkman. So I'm just gonna call you that. So he started writing down my name. He put like an acronym. He put like Supreme, Highly, Over Righteous, and then I forgot what was the T. I know the D was my name, but he used to put the Hip Hop Junkie, and that's what stood. The Hip Hop Junkie. So people kept calling me either Short D or the Hip Hop Junkie. So that's where that name came from. Now the Hip Hop Junkie, the name and all that stuff came with mixtapes, because I used to mixtapes back in the days. But it was more like whatever I recorded on the radio or whatever mixtapes that I found or sold, CDs and everything that I put together and mash them up and put them in tapes. And I used to give them to like family members or friends and shit like that. Peace, Substantial or Substance. Yeah, so there's a lot of people like I'd done tapes for, but it was like from a cousin and all that shit. It gained some popularity around my area. And then like when I went to college and made mixed CDs, that's when shit flew over, and that's when people started identifying me with that name, Hip Hop Junkie.
So basically you kind of use like the first form of what we call social media marketing, which is that actual CD and the tape, passing it around, your friends circulating, word of mouth start going around. People knew like, yo, if you want that heat, go holla at her. She got it.
Yeah, I was mostly known to be the connect, to be that one person to go to. Be like, hey, who's the hottest person right now? Who's dope? What tapes? What tapes I should look into? All types of shit, man. Then I just blew up in like MySpace and shit.
Yeah, all right. So talk about the transitions, because from our generation, because we're the same age, right? The transitions from AOL chat rooms, which a lot of people, if you're in this room, then you know, but some guys will know, was just be from AOL chat rooms to going to MySpace?
The AOL chat rooms, I wasn't really into the AOL stuff because, well, poverty.
Okay.
we didn't, my family, we was mad late on the whole computer and all that shit, the technology, which is crazy because I'm a technician, computer technician, so that's interesting all by itself. But I can tell you the MySpace part. The MySpace was, I had this page back then. You know, when MySpace, we used to do the coding.
Yeah, you build your own page.
You build
exactly.
your own page.
The carrot
so
code, da 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 da.
Yeah, so my shit was fly as fuck too, man. I had shit flying all over the fucking place. I had this MP3 player, this little playlist shit. And what was smart, what I used to do was people that came through my MySpace page and used to make comments and shit, and like we used to come and like talk back and forth. I used to get their songs and put the MP3 into another, like somebody's website or something like that. Like, you know, it was like one of those coding things. So I used to put the MP3 thing and then put it into my page. So when you log into the page, the song used to start playing.
Oh shoot, that's crazy.
So that's how it was in MySpace. It was like pretty popping for what it was. It was little, you know. But what blew it up was I was fucking around and going to everybody's page and just commenting and just networking and doing all types of shit because I was doing the Jay Dilla portrait.
Oh shoot!
I was drawing it.
Drawing
it, and I was telling people, yo, just like watch, you know, check me out, check my page, be on the lookout, this and that. So when I edited the video, and started going to people's pages and shit, because back then there was Ning site, N-I-N-G.
Yeah, okay.
It was Ning site. Even that thisis50.com was a Ning site. So I used to go to forums like the lawn. I used to just fucking go in there, just pretty much all over the fucking place. Because
so you're just seeding all over, all these places.
I was all over the fucking place. And then once when I put the Jay Dilla video, that's when shit just went all over the place. Because I went to break.com, I went all types of shit.
Damn.
And then what took over the MySpace was when Illa J, Jay Dilla's brother, hit me up, told me he loves the artwork, he wants to feature in his page. This was in MySpace. And that's when it started to go around that people knew me because of that video. Because I uploaded on YouTube. It was okay on YouTube, but it was everywhere else.
The engagement was in MySpace, and MySpace had it at that time. MySpace was huge, man. Like your friends. Remember what was the top 10 or the top 5 friends and all that crazy shit? Top 8. Remember Tom? Where's Tom, man?
Where the fuck is Tom?
Where is Tom, man? I miss Tom. Don't you miss Tom?
Yeah.
Tom was official.
You know
Tom did not care what you did. You could put anything on your page. He never censored you. He never took your shit down.
Yeah, he always had a nice ass smile. Like...
You want to say hi to anyone in the audience?
Yeah. What's up, lady? What's going on, Dave Czar? Steph, what's up? What's up? You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, we got Toronto in the building.
Touch this shit. The shit start to freeze up. Huh?
Yeah. So we got Toronto in the building.
Toronto.
Everyone that's inside the chat, leave where you from so we know where you at. So we give you guys a shout out for pulling up. You know what I'm saying?
Spaz. There you go. Spaz, my Miami family right there. Spaz.
You know what I'm saying? All right. So like now you're doing all this stuff.
Dan,
right?
what's up?
So now you're doing all this. Now you're doing all this stuff. You're blowing up on MySpace. Cali, what up, West Coast? You know what I'm saying?
Cali.
What is it? What is it now? Like Michigan, Brooklyn, right? What is it now that that you're doing well, and they find out that you're a girl now.
The female thing.
That you're a
I think
female.
it was
You're not a
always
guy.
female,
Like,
because I was female because I took pictures and videos and shit like that. But it's always been a hard thing to be a woman and be in the industry. I think that's why now when I see women on my page, and I always show love to them, because it's very tough to be in the hip hop scene, especially when you hear songs about women being not shit and being shit and just being property and being talked about all in nasty fucking ways. So, I always tend to go to women's pages and tell them, hey, you're beautiful, hey, how you doing? Like, I try to do as much as possible just being a woman and just say, hey, you're not, I'm not against you, what you're doing. If you want to be thotty, if you want to be, do whatever, be a mother, be formal, be vanilla, that's cool. Or you want to be wild and crazy, that's cool.
Yeah, you show love to everyone.
We all in it. Yeah, we all in it together.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that was one of the things I always. Where were you like raised? Like, you say you was in Brooklyn, and then what happened from there?
I was in Brooklyn for when I was up to 8 years old, and then I've been in Miami all my life. So Miami, it was an interesting thing because we've been all over Miami, from all the way from the beaches to Wynwood, Opa-locka, North Miami, little Havana, little Haiti, and then we settled in Kendall, which is the suburb, and then back to North Miami, and back in Opa-locka. So we all over the place.
Mm. What is some advice you would give to women that are trying to get into the music space?
I think just to do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you want to do. Fuck the stigmatism and all types of shit. Like, I do whatever the fuck I want. I post whatever the fuck I want. I even posted the ass eating video. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you think. You know what I'm saying? I find it hilarious. I mean, there's a woman that wants to, you can just do whatever the fuck y'all want. I don't give a fuck. Do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? As long as you own it and you're about it, do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, man, I feel it.
And I always tell women, don't worry about, what this person say, what that person say, because it's just it's all some bullshit. Just do you.
Okay. Okay. I heard, because me and you were talking and stuff like that, right? That you used to buy mixtapes from DJ EFN.
Yeah, EFN. Yeah, that was way back. Cause I used to live in Kendall.
Okay.
And Kendall, there were two hip hop stores. There was one called the Backway, and one that was called Crazy Hood, the Crazy Hood store, or some shit like that, or CHP, or some shit like that. So if the Backway didn't have anything, then I used to go to EFN's store. But back then, he didn't really know me at all. You know what I'm saying? He just maybe, I don't know if he even remembers me, because I used to come in, I was like this little fucking frail ass girl with some baggy ass clothes and shit, and running around, just get taped, and then, say, Crazy Goods, yeah. So, or Crazy Hood, or whatever it was. But I used to just go in, buy my little magazines, or buy my tapes, get the shit, and go. So every once in a while I would say hi to somebody, but I was mad awkward any fucking way. So I was just run in there. But I think years later, when I used to tell him, when I see him every once in a while, I was like, yo, I used to go to your store a bunch of times, seeing you and your people. Yeah.
Okay. This is the part of the show that I call hip hop challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Dun dun dun.
I hate those. I hate those because I be on dates and motherfuckers be asking me all types of shit. Like, fuck, all I want is just to eat some food and fuck, and that's it.
That's
Stop
it.
asking me questions.
What if my homegirl said, feed me, fuck me, let me go to sleep.
Exactly. Stop it. The fuck. Everything is a fucking test.
Okay. Mobb Deep or Onyx?
Mobb Deep.
Woo. Favorite Mobb Deep album?
The Infamous.
Ooh, 25th anniversary. Rest in peace, Prodigy. I miss you, bro. All right. Capone Noriega or Group Home?
Stop it. Noriega.
What's your favorite Capone Noriega album?
War Report.
War Report. All right. Main Source or Gangstar?
Gangstar, because I'm primo.
Primo.
And it's hard because I love me.
What's your favorite Main Source? Gangstar album?
That's toughy. I don't know if I could mash them up together, I probably would take Full Clip because it has a little bit of everything. Because it has the first tape was Full Clip album, and the second thing was like a whole thing. If I choose.
Okay.
Yeah, Hard to Earn was really good too.
Hard to Earn, yeah, that was my shit. Yeah. That's my shit. I always fuck with Hard to Earn and shit. All right.
Moment of Truth was dope.
Moment of Truth.
Jesus, man, it's a lot of.
They're dope, man. Gangstar is like,
yeah.
They're all right. Juice Crew or BDP?
Juice Crew had a problem. I want both. Don't make me choose. And talking about Juice Crew, I had met Craig G.
He's nice too. His freestyle ability is amazing. That guy's incomparable.
That's when I noticed when shit kind of like went over on my page. When he saw me, he was like, "I know who you are. You don't need to know. You don't need to introduce me to me."
Everyone's 71374 says Juice Crew because of G-Rap.
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to choose, because I'm like...
we're going to skip that one. We're going to skip that question. We're going to skip that challenge. Right? We're going to skip that one. All right. Tribe Called Quest or Wu-Tang Clan?
Stop playing. Can I put both of them together? All right, Wu.
All right, Wu. We already know what your favorite album is. First album from them. You already said it. All right. Run DMC or Lost Boys?
Run DMC.
Run DMC.
Some weird ass questions though.
Nah, because it's like Queens. They're from South Side. You know, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, sure.
You know what I'm saying? Public Enemy or Third Base?
Public Enemy.
Favorite Public Enemy album?
$6 Million is back.
Okay. We're almost done. The Beatnuts versus Organized Confusion.
Organized Confusion.
Okay. All right.
Peace, y'all.
Coogee rapping Polo.
Thank you for tuning in now.
Coogee rapping Polo or Ultra Magnetic MCs?
What you said?
Coogee rapping Polo or Ultra Magnetic MCs?
That's nothing. Because I like both. Coogee rap.
All right. Last two.
Mhm.
Ghostface or Action Bronson?
Now you trying to start some shit now. Look at you being fucking spicy and shit. What the fuck? Come on, man. That's an easy one, man. Ghost.
All right, the last
And
one.
then that was a big hip hop moment too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was.
And then you were smart. You smart because you uploaded to your shit.
I freaking edited that video.
Yeah, I know you smart because you put that shit on your YouTube page.
I don't make no money off of that shit because of the sample clearance you use at the end.
Okay.
That whole shit was like a free thing. Like whoever, Sony, you owe me a lot of money. You owe me a lot of money. I had like millions of views. That was all over. And that one day when Ghost has it, I'll tell in his thing. I'll tell the story and all y'all, and you'll be there because we'll do it. But it's going to be funny when I tell the story about that shit. The last one of our little challenge. Nas or Jay-Z?
Okay, that's a hard one. I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna go with Jay-Z. I'm gonna go with Jay-Z because Nas. I love Nas, but Nas be picking up some funny ass beats, and lately he's been.
And Jay don't pick up funny ass beats.
Well, I don't know, man.
Blueprint 2 was a hot album.
I love Nas.
Blueprint 2 was a hot album.
Okay, fine, Nas. All right, look, I don't know, man. You're telling me you're trying to do. Shit.
All right, cool. All right, anything else you want to talk about, man? I think this is pretty cool, man. Me and you just chopped it up. People get to know who you are and all that. Went through our little trivia.
How long did it take her to do the Aldovino cover? The Aldovino cover? Hold on, who asked me that? I'm trying to see. Oh, Weight of Time. The Aldovino cover, that was interesting because peace to Radicus. Radicus is the producer from Brooklyn. I've been working on his album covers ever since the Rusty Juke album, the Rusty Juke King of Crime Heights. And that album was supposed to be, the Aldovino album was supposed to be, he was supposed to do the cover. And I guess since it was a timing issue, so he went with me, because what it was supposed to be was supposed to be Aldovino, and then I was supposed to fix it up, whatever he make. And I don't know what happened, but he called me last minute and said, hey, look, I need this. This is the idea I want, and this is what the theme is. Can you do this? So I came up with a whole bunch of shit, and that shit took forever because Radicus wanted me to take those clips, those little newspaper clips, and make it smaller and smaller. So I had to fucking find random shit online, all types of shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it was a dope cover how it came out, because the front cover, it matches whatever the intro was.
Yeah, go and everyone on page, like, mess with her artwork. All her graphics are super dope.
Yeah, I'm a graphic designer, so.
Like, hit her up for all the graphic stuff, website stuff, all that stuff. Like, hit her, man. I use her all the time. You guys see a lot of my graphics, producer plug.
Yeah, a lot of the flyer.
A lot of my flyers, I hit her up. She helped me with the redesign of Large Professor's hat, the LP, so she's my go-to person, you know what I'm saying, when I need stuff done, a good timely fashion. But like I said, and it's like, I'm getting it for someone that really loves the culture. She, it's like you leave, it's like this art that you leave in the world forever. And I'd rather work with someone like you than some person who's been doing graphic design and they have asked me 101 questions. You know what I mean? Oh, can you change this? Do you like this? So me and you really don't go back with the edits. You know what I'm saying? I think you kind of just nail it, one shot kill, So everyone, Make sure everything's good. Make sure you hit her up, you know what I mean, through DM. Or, what's your page? Do you have a page for all your artwork stuff?
My graphics, actually, I had to fix it because my shit got hacked, and it started following a bunch of people, and
Oh,
then
man.
the shit started, I couldn't go in. So I actually got it now because Instagram, I had to fight Instagram for it. But it's graphic minded. I think it's just graphic minded.
Okay.
But I'm gonna fix it up because I recently just got it back.
Okay. That's dope.
Because
That's dope.
it like I had it like a year ago, and then some shit happened, and my shit just got taken off, and somebody started uploading some shit and adding people. So crazy.
Damn. Okay. Any last thoughts?
Yo,
Any last
let
comments
people
before we sign off?
let people know who you are, so you know people could tune into you as well.
Oh, okay. I'm Distro Lord. I really don't like to say I have a title. I do a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously, you guys know I work with the Wu. I work with Large Professor. I did the last 3 Large Professor albums. I executive produced them. Large Professor Main Source on Gold Dust. I did Large Professor, Professor at Large album, and I did his last album that came out as well, Large Professor Reliving. So I executive produced the whole album, was in the studio with him, picked the beats, did all that stuff. I did the last Wu-Tang Clan album, Saga Continues. I A&R'd it. That album was supposed to be, it was really originally a Method Man album. So it was called Math vs. Meth, and I was going hard on it, and I got Sean Price to get on it, because there's a Queens is a Queens 90s hip hop club. You know what I mean? You have to be selected and you have to be invited to come inside, hang out with us. So Sean was there with a bunch of other like 90s legends, and there's a studio in there, and we used to hang out. And I would just see Sean all the time and be like, yo, what's up? Like, I need a verse from you. I'm working on this Wu thing. I got Riz on the track already. Can you lay a verse? And he laid the verse, and that's how he got on that project. You know what I'm saying? I work with Mike Dean, you know, super producer, engineer, mixing guy, you know, produce all the Rap A Lot stuff, Scarface, Smile, The Untouchables, UGK, all the Kanye West stuff. Obviously, Kanye, you know, from the beginning, I've been rocking with him from when he was doing mixtapes. Killer Shah, rest in peace. Prodigy, rest in peace. Prodigy, I know Prodigy through Bars and Hooks. I was doing mixtapes at the time, heavy. I had mixtapes with Ron G, Big Mike, Cutmaster C, just on and on and on. And I used to get, every Friday, I used to go get vinyls from the record labels, but you had to bring your mixtape. So one day I brought my mixtape, and this guy named Cleavon, Ice Shooter, rest in peace, he introduced me to Prodigy, and he was like, yo, this is their group, Bars and Hooks, and you should work with him. Like, you guys,
that was a long time ago.
yeah, he said, you guys need a mixtape DJ. You need a guy that's gonna be constantly putting out your stuff, you know. And I was that dude putting out mixtapes every week, like every week, like going hard. So Prodigy, you know, Prodigy said, you just work with my group, you know what I mean? And then eventually we all just became cool with each other, you know what I'm saying? Tragedy is like my big brother. He's basically the Tragedy Gaddafi is basically the guy that gave me knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tragedy gave me a Malachi York book and a VHS tape, and after that, my whole life changed. So that was like 1999. So I worked on the Still Reporting album, Thug Matrix 2, Thug Matrix 3, QU Soldier. I also put out Consequences' first album, Take 'Em to the Cleaners, hosted by Kanye West. I did the Thugged Out Militainment mixtape. I did the Jewel Santana Back Like Cook Crack through major distribution channels, part 1 and part 2. You know, mixtape. My mixtape resume is mean. I put out the first Saigon album, Warning Shots. I put out the last ODB album, Osiris, and we had Mark Ronson. we had Mark Ronson before Mark Ronson was big, and yeah, man. But my resume is crazy, man. I have a crazy resume of people who I work with. I'd even mentioned, you know. But yeah, that's a little bit who I am, you know, what I've been doing and stuff. Like I make beats and all that too. I DJ. That's how I really got in the game, DJing. You know, I was on Rap City, The Basement, and I just, you know, from there I just kept it to the culture. My parents. The funny part about everything, like my dad was a huge influence me on about music. All he listened to was soul, classic rock, and all that. But he did not like hip hop. You know, he wasn't a fan of hip hop. He thought it was like the worst music ever. You know, and the one thing I could say about my dad was I played "Killing Me Softly" in the car one day, and I was like, "This is the best song ever." And he was like, "That's not." He said, "That's Roberta Flack," and I was like, "That's no Roberta Flack. That's Lauryn Hill." And because I listened to the oldie station one day, we were riding back home, and cousin Brucey came on the airways, and he says, "This, yeah, you know, old school stuff, right?"
Yeah, that all I think is Howard Stern rendition of Cousin Brucey.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, he was like, "This song is bringing it back to the charts," and then like the original song comes on, and then my dad looks at me, I'm like, and for real, that's how I learned about sampling. Because now my dad kind of taught me that, like, that's not the original. This is the original. So as a DJ, I always wanted to find out what was the sample to it. So big, you know, rest in peace to my dad. He was like, that was a real test of finding out samples. So yeah. Aside from all that, man, that's a little bit of my resume, you know.
It's always good to link with people that, you know, that do some shit. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't really fuck with too many people, you know?
Yeah, you're very quiet. So you're very to yourself. Even when I hit you up, you just do your work and you're like, all right, cool, thank you. You're very family oriented. You know, you're taking care of your family.
I'm behind the scenes type of woman, you know?
Like, yeah, nah, I feel you.
If you see me somewhere, I pop in, say what's up, and just chill. You know what I'm saying? It's like people only recognize me when the only important people speak to me. That's when they recognize me. They're like, who the fuck is she?
Yeah.
But I stay behind the scenes.
All right, cool.
I don't put nothing out there that doesn't need to be known.
All right, cool. So thank you for your time. I want to thank everyone in the audience, man. Like, you guys are like amazing.
Thank you for tuning in, man. I love y'all. You
know what I'm saying? You guys are like killing it. I feel honored to even speak to you because I know you're like, you're huge. You know what I'm saying? And
regular degular.
You're huge, man. You're being too modest. You know what I'm saying? You've been doing it for a long time, and I'd rather, like, that's why I wanted you to be the first person I'm doing this chat with, is because
I don't even do lives. I don't do none of this shit, man.
Yeah, so I just want people to really know that, like, I want to just let people know that you're one of the most, like, prolific hip hop, like, archive people that we have, and I'd rather show people love now versus never showing them love. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to give you your roses now.
You know,
what I'm saying?
The whole page and shit, when I started off, like, I started posting, hey, peace, Ev. That's my homegirl.
What's up, Ev?
So, yeah, she's also a big hip-hop head from the
Yo, when I come out there, we need to do a party, man. We need to do a party. I know Thurston Howell is down there, too, and all that. So we got to do something. We got to do something nice. Oh, like a real nice thing. We're going to figure it out, though. We're going to figure it all out, you know? So, all right, guys. Peace and love. Peace, respect, man. Y'all stay safe, man. To the next go around. We out.